Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. I don't even know what I said. Let's get down to nitty gritty. Nitty gritty is that I found out that I wasn't really being true to myself, and then again, I found out. How do I find this out? Because I put two and two together. Like, I seen how I reacted, and then I've gotten someone experiencing similar things and seeing, okay, does it no longer edify me? I'm not gonna put it down as it did any damage in my life, because it really didn't. I don't want to see it that way, because it really didn't put any damage in my life. It was just something that taught me something. So I found out that I still tend to like wash down my truth. It's not raw. It's not to the point, straight to the point. And it's because of this. It's because I'm worried about what the other person feels, or I don't want to hurt their feelings or nothing like that, right? So people pleasing, right? Going back to the people pleasing ways, right? But it's not going back to the pleasing people way. We're being presented with this, right? We're observing, and there's another form of reaction. There's another form of response. So I understood that was at one point I was in a good consistency of responding with boundaries. There are non-negotiables. No, they're not there to hurt no one. They're here to build someone, which is me. Well, anyways, with that being said, I still reacted with one foot in, one foot out. So it was like I put my foot down, but there wasn't no assertiveness to it, right? It was a soft foot, right? That's what I'm gonna call it. It was a soft foot, and in that soft foot, I learned that it took a toll on me. What it took a toll on is because I'm in a frequency that I don't want to be bothered, in a sense of like whatever's messing with my inner peace. I gotta check on it. Like, I gotta check on it and be like, all right, this don't work no more. So if it don't work no more, it's not gonna help me. So I gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? I really do gotta let this go. Like 100% gotta let it go, right? So I didn't know that was one of the things that I did, like wash down my truth. Like, it wasn't just completely raw. Like, the only time I would say it raw, and it's because I cherish the person, and I gotta see everyone like that, because then it's a favoritism, right? And there shouldn't be a favoritism, because like, all is me and you and me, like we're all as one. So that's how I perceive it. Anywho, so I have to go straight forward on how I feel, right? In the inner sense, like, and because I didn't understand what the situation at hand was playing, or that I was stuck in this type of loop that I put myself in, right? And I didn't realize that I was literally like playing, seesaw. It's like there is no up and down. You want the seesaw to go up and down, like, right? And there is no up and down. So it's just like a middle ground, right? It's supposed to balance, right? But it's no balance because there is no growth in that. So it's like stagnant, right? So it's like really not stagnant. It's really just stuck in the in-between. Like, and what I mean, like, stagnant is stuck, right? But I mean, like, in the in-between, it doesn't mean that you're not nowhere forward. There is no way to go back. There's only forward, but you're in this liminal space that's only giving you a certain it's forming a certain way that's still limited in resources or enforcements inside of it. Okay, so like, I don't want to like explain it too much. If you know, you know. And then when you reach to that understanding that honestly, none of it really does matter. But when it takes any kind of like form of too much of attention, or when it takes a toll on you, that's when you have to pay attention, right? Because paid attention, when you pay attention, you're paying yourself the attention to see what is not working and let it go and keep what's working, right? So I had to do that like right now. And I realized that with that, and I realized that I also like, what can I buy? I left it and then went back for it and left it and then went back for it. And I realized that I can't force myself to leave. I have to just, quit. And it has to just come from me, like, not just like, there was something that happened that with cigarettes, when I smoked cigarettes at one point, and I quit because it had to do with my own health, right? And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna do that shit. And with cannabis, I gotta come with the accordance that it's not that it's something bad. It's just, it doesn't serve me no more. It really doesn't. But I love it. I'm not gonna knock that down. I'm on air now, so yeah. But it really don't serve me any better than what it did before. Like, if it actually helped move into this next level, then we can bring it. But it's not. It's like, this next level is asking for me sobriety, like all of me, but sober. Because I took a trip when I took the trip to Spain, I realized something. I was high. It was a natural high. I was not, but I didn't smoke out there, so like I was scared anyways, first of all. So I didn't do it. I didn't smoke at Greece too when I went to Greece. I was sober. I put myself sober, but I went to Amsterdam, and I already know. Anyway. So yeah, that turn of events turned, and like I was going with this in and out. Like we'll detox for a couple months and then we'll go back. And I recently been back for a while. I haven't really detoxed. I detox here and there, like a day or a week or a month. But I haven't done that prolonged like I did last time. I think it was like half a year. And I gotta like remember the benefits out of that sobriety. Like, there was a lot of benefits on the sense of like, I felt happy. I was always smiling. And I'm not saying I don't feel happy now, but it's like, I feel like on really bad autopilot. And I'm not trying to be on autopilot. I'm trying to live my life. But like, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm living my life. Like, but then that's a total lie, because I'm not living my life per se, because I still have these former restrictions that I'm just distracting myself from for facing it, which is why I feel certain ways and why I do the things I do, and why is it that I wash down my truth, right? Because that's exactly where we're at. And I would give you an example of what that is, right? So someone that you admire and love so much, and like you having contact, right? And then you see that there's no reciprocation, right? In a form, but that it could be a very busy person, right? And you do it one last time, right? Because you did that part was out of your way, taking your energy at that moment and sharing it with someone and what you feeling, right? And you saying everything, like not watering anything down, not saying everything you feel without taking something out or editing it, right? It's just raw there. Like my music's raw, like it's raw. And what I mean by raw, like it is raw. Like there's no editing in it. There's no maybe there's a little bit of fixing in the auto tune, but the words, bro, that was the first time and first time only. Like, it was recorded the first time, it was said the first time, it was everything the first time. I didn't write that shit. I just come from a dome. So that's raw. That's what I mean. Like, it literally comes from your core, and like, you're not looking for compartments to like stop and compartmentalize some emotions for you not to say exactly what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Saying exactly what you said, right? So, and then what I'm talking about is washing down, is like you go into this person and compartmentalizing the whole conversation. Like, you're looking for ways to spice it up, when you, for what? If raw is being you, so say it truthfully with you, with all you got to say, and not fluff it up, because there's no reason to fluff it up. Because if the person really cared about what you're saying, then the response should be that they care. So, you know, they don't care if you fluff it up, you know. So wait, they don't care if you fluff it up, but they don't want you to fluff it up. They want you to be true to yourself. I'm gonna twist myself up when I said that. Anyhow, so yeah, that's something I realized. And I realized another thing is that I felt some type of way about, you know, boundaries and enforcing them, and learning how to cut something off when it should and not feel bad. So I had a situation that I'm still like, I had been working on it spiritually, right? And it's because I feel that others are entitled of how I respond, and I cannot respond truthfully because others won't accept it, and I would either come off on their wrong foot, or they will either accept what I'm saying and we'll move on from there, right? So I don't want neither, like, in my mind, I don't want neither to happen. So I want the best to happen, right? But I figure out that not everything's gonna come out the best. There'll be times that it's gonna fuck up. It's gonna mess up some here and there, like, you know, and we just gotta either simmer it through, or like just find what is it that fucked it up. And if it's outside source, then you have no control of that. You don't. You only have the response, the control of your response, and your response is being mature, not responding and ignoring the retaliation towards your own boundaries. That's okay. You know, it's okay. But yeah, I realized that. And what is that? Caring about what people think too much about what I gotta say. And when it comes to me and what I bring, right? Is I'll give you another example of, like, not washing down. So the not washing down is like, okay, you have a art piece, right? And somebody goes and says, oh, you're an amateur, but this is extraordinary, and your painting took hours, and it's a freaking amazing, and it's worth every penny that you desire on the value on it, right? Because you're the one that puts the value on it, right? So this person is boosting your head, right? But to lowball your work, because they know they can manipulate you to get it and take it and sell it for a higher price because it's extraordinary, right? So you're already seeing that motive, right, happening in your place, but you not washing yourself down, because this is a thought that comes in, right? Let's say this thought comes in like, oh man, is my first piece that I sell. Like, should I accept it because it's my first piece and it's a lot of money they're giving to me, but I really deserve this. So this is the conversation you're having with yourself, and then you have this wonderful higher self that's you, tells you, no, we deserve exactly what our value's for. So we desire this, and this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna, someone's gonna come forward with this price because this is what we're deserving, and this is the value of my work, right? My passion, right? That's standing firm in your boundaries. That's not hurting nobody. It really isn't. It isn't hurting you either because you know the value of it in time that you put on this art piece. And you already know the motive that's coming around from the intention from the person. So you back away and say no, right? And there comes the person. Boom. And want to give you over. And then you accepting it. Because you deserve that. And then you got a little bit extra. You know what I'm saying? From you appreciating yourself, right? And that, what I'm explaining right now, that takes time to embody. That takes time to keep in form, like firm, as this, that form of characteristic, that stability. It takes time. It doesn't like come a night and day, and it comes in a cost. It comes in a cost, and the cost is high. And I'm not talking about money wise. I'm talking about your time, your patience, your all of it. You're all of it because you're being, it's like you're being thrown in the fire and being purified from whatever doesn't belong to you. And it's not in a sanctified way. It's saying that no, whatever doesn't belong to you, it needs to be taken out away for you to see who you truly are. And then from then on, you can create your own life, your own world, your own reality. Why? Because it's your power that you claim back. And putting in the time, every time you choose to go in within yourself, questions that you ask yourself, that's not in vain. None of it is in vain. It never was in vain. Right? Because every question goes right back to what you remember. Because you're asking yourself these questions. And from doing that, sooner or later, you'll stop looking outside. But you can't rush that process. You can't rush the process of you reaching to that point that it gives. And you got to go inside. You really can't, because as soon as you go inside and you try to rush that, you're gonna go right back to going back to doubting yourself and going outside for outside information, because as fast as it comes, as fast as it goes. So why not just take the time to just let its course play? So see what it plays, right? And things play, things go left, things goes right. But the good thing about the left and right and what I thought would be so detrimental before, is like, all right, I see you. What did I do to get there? Or not even what I do. Like, what is the root to what this response wants me to respond in the way I used to, but now I don't want to respond. So let's see what serves me from this, right? And those questions I didn't ask before I responded. And the good thing is that when you ask yourself those questions, there's no response at all with that person. It's only in your time. So regardless of what you gave yourself the priority, to take time and analyze what the heck just happened and how you feel about that internally, and then go ahead and respond. And there's no belittlement in that, because of the fact that you chose you to prioritize how you feel and how you should respond. Because the way you respond dictates on how your day is. It has nothing to do with the outside source. It has to do with you. So if you respond truthfully, but in the most form way, respect that you want for yourself, and if that comes out the way it comes out, you did it with an intention of you coming with respect for yourself. So if you're respecting yourself, respecting everyone else. That's just what it is. And whoever takes it some left way, whoever takes it one way, and whoever takes it the other way, it's on them. And that takes time on realizing that that's it whenever you're used to just blaming everything outside. And I thought that it would be that quick for me to just go through what I'm going through and maneuver through it and be able to tap in. But it takes time to tap in. And the more stubborn you are, the more time it takes. I said it. But I'm grateful for it, though. You know why I'm grateful? It's because I'm able to speak about it, first of all. And I don't see that many people speak about how they were freaking so stubborn and it took them a while to get to where they're at. It took them a while. Like, I see a lot of people saying it just went from, night and day. Or not even night and day, just like, they worked at it for 3 months and boom, they blew up. Like, I've been at it for a couple years and still ain't blow up. And I'm not trying to no more. Because I feel like that's exhausting for me. It really is. Because what box am I trying to fit in? None. I don't want to fit in no box. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like nobody else. Because so if I don't want to be like nobody else, then why is it that I want to be like everybody else? That's the question I ask myself. And I'm like, wait, okay. I don't want to be like, truly, I don't want to be like nobody else. So, all right. I don't have to be like nobody else. I could just go my own journey and do it my own way. Do what I feel it should be done, or what I call it should be done. And then when I realized that a lot of things had to do with a lot of conditionings that I haven't let go, you know what I'm saying? At least it showed me the example, the effects of how I reacted, if I reacted the same as before or I reacted differently in a more mature mindset or in a more emotional state, that I'm aware of my emotional state, then I will know what changed, right? If something changed, then of course I'm going to go with what will help me grow and be better, right? I'm always going to go with that. But if something didn't change and it's only messing with my mental, then why do I keep it, right? I kept it before because it was a drug to me already. It was like I was addicted to the melancholy, like being stuck in that mode, whatever hurt me, and the truth is that from that hurt me, I got used to it and was able to alchemize it. But the thing is that my life shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't have to struggle to get to where I need to get to. No, like I already did that right now. And moving forward, I would love to have my life in bliss and at ease. You know what I'm saying? Which it is. So, and be continuing on that. Because I don't need to overdo myself to be where I need to be. Right? And it took a while for me to get to these type of other questions that I'm asking now. Like, the more deeper you go within yourself, the more deeper the questions are and the more harder the answers are. Yes, it sucks. The answers suck ass. But it's worth it because of the freedom of me. Of the freedom of me knowing my thoughts, me knowing what are mine, like what I want to do, and me knowing that no matter where I place myself, I will never lose myself because I know myself. Me knowing what is projecting towards me or what is being said towards me other than what I'm feeling and what I want to say. That right there is freedom in itself. That right there is something worth working towards. And I'm grateful for it.